Alright all, so today I'll be going over the second Game Boy that I went through in my first episode of the Game Boy Grand Prix series. Should be a relatively easy one today, so you can see from my notes here from the first video. So it has no battery cover, it needs a good clean by the looks of things, and I've also put that the start and select isn't working. Now I'm hoping, touch wood, that this will just need a bit of a cleaning to get the contacts working a bit better. What I've actually done, as well as I've ordered some parts in, I've ordered a replacement battery cover, and I've also ordered a new lens as well, because to be honest with you, I prefer to keep the Game Boys as they are with as many original parts as possible. And although there's some minor scuffs and scrapes on this shell, it should come out absolutely fine after a bit of a clean, a bit of a looking after. So it's going to be a relatively quick video, but what we need right now is to get this clean, and the perfect thing for that is Montage. Wait a sec, this is shit. Let's do it like the proper YouTubers do it. Could you tell I got bored in the middle of that? I could. So yeah, here we go. We've got a nice cleanish shell now. I've cleaned it as much as I can. I've still got some little marks I kind of can't get rid of, but I'm hoping maybe a bit of scrub after the video, seeing if it'll get rid of them might help. But it's actually come out in a really good condition. It does have some scratches and whatnot. What I've decided to do is go in my open up my little box of leftover things from other projects and get out some, only a few, but some fresh screws for this Game Boy. So let's stick them in. Some of them were a bit kind of worn, some of them were a bit dirty. So what I'm going to do is we're going to screw this back up. It is worth mentioning, while I was cleaning out the system, I'm not going to tighten these too tight just in case the screen doesn't work or something and I've messed up on the inside. But yeah, it is worth mentioning that when I was cleaning the inside, I don't know if you'd be able to catch it in the footage or not, that the actual rubbers used for the start and select were a bit messy. They were a bit mucky, as it were. So I'm hoping that that's the reason the start and select weren't working properly. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this all screwed in, give it a quick test with some batteries that I've hopefully already got. Yes, I have. They're at my side. Well done, Past John. Yep, so we're going to give it a test just to make sure everything's all working fine and dandy, and then we're going to do the actual two things I said I would do to the system, which is give it a brand new screen lens, because the other one was a bit scratty, and the one thing you want on a handheld is, you know, to be able to see the screen, and then just stick the battery cover on it now. But yeah, so let's get these in as fast as we can. There we go. Let's stick some batteries in. It's always nice to restore a Game Boy with like its kind of original shell. It just feels feels nice. It feels like, you know. Whoop, there we go. Well, that's a good sign. That's my curse of leaving the power switch on all the time. Yep, so the screen's obviously still working. We've still got sound. What I'm going to do is first give it a quick blast with the whatever the heck this is called, just to try and get rid of I mean, I'll give the screen a clean down before I stick the lens on anyway, but just to get rid of any dust going in there. I've got a copy here of Pokemon Pinball, which you'll have likely seen me play during the montage when I got bored, and I'm just going to test. Don't know if you can see that very well. Good old screens. I'm going to test so the game's working. Up, down. Let's start a game. Blue, because blue's the best table. Yeah, let's have a look. So it looks like left and right are working. Start. Hey. Yeah, looks like start's working fine. I can't remember if select does anything. Oh, it does. It moves the table. It's very rare on pinball games that I oh, what's it called? Bump the table, move the table. Yeah. This actually looks to be working quite well. I'm going to turn this off before I start playing it for an endless amount of time and interrupting the video. So basically, after a bit of a clean up, what I kind of assumed is that we need to get a new screen lens on it and a new battery cover, and we should be good to go. I'm kind of glad really that just a quick kind of clean up on the insides has let the start and select work again. So let's get this ready for the screen lens and the battery cover. And there we go, I've got the screen and other parts of the Game Boy ready now for its new glass lens. We're going to stick that in now. So I've just got a normal kind of Game Boy colour, nothing fancy. Again, like I said, it is really nice to restore Game Boys to kind of like their original without messing with them too much. Let's see if I can get this adhesive off. There we go. Yeah, it is nice to kind of use like the original shells if they're in good enough nick, but at the same time, I mean, I'll show a comparison in a sec of what the original screen was like on this and how kind of like not very nice it was. Get off my fingers. There we go. Right, let's get this on. And just put you there and pop you in. And make sure you are nice and snug. And that looks like a good job. Whoops, good job to me. Let's get this little protector off just so we can compare it. There we go, so much better. So much nicer. I'll give that a bit of a clean as well just to get off any sticky adhesive. But yeah, so if I compare it to this one, obviously it does look a little different. Obviously the colour change on there, but it looks a damn sight better than that horrible thing. So now that we've got one of the major things fixed, I mean, I always like to put screen protectors on them anyway, mainly because, you know, like I said, for a handheld, maybe I'm just being picky, but for a handheld, I like to be able to see the screen, especially on like some of these original ones that don't have good screens to begin with, which is why a lot of people put IPSs on. So this is the battery cover I got. I'm going to go over this in a sec, because the problem with buying battery covers and why a lot of people will do reshells from scratch. I mean, you can you can probably tell where I'm going with this. I mean, I'm colourblind and I can see the difference. So this was bought as like, say, a teal coloured one, and this is obviously the teal coloured Game Boy. So I'm going to stick this in here. I mean, straight away you can kind of see there's something a little bit wrong with that, but unfortunately, I mean, that's kind of how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be so it was like a, you know, as close a creation to the Game Boy, to try and like make it as good as I could while also doing it the cheapest and with as many original parts as possible. But now let's stick Pokemon Pinball back in and see that lovely game and that lovely new glass lens. Not a grass lens. Grass lens would be stupid. You wouldn't see through it. Let's give that a very quick wipe over, actually, to get off any residue. Look at you. You're beautiful now. I mean, you're beautiful before, but you're ever more beautiful now. No, get off dust. Yeah, and give that a bit of a wipe down with just a nice little screen cloth, just to get rid of any residue. Obviously, again, I'll be giving this a bit of a clean before it goes on eBay or anything. But yeah, so we can see now fully functioning Game Boy. with start and select working. Yeah. Cancel, thank you. Nudge the table, because that's select, oops. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that Game Boy. So let's turn this off, because again, I'll start playing it and I'll be here all night. So now it comes to kind of like profits and what I spent on this. So the Game Boy, like I said, because I bought the 25 of the lot for about 500 quid, they come to about £20 each. I played for a kind of spares and repairs Game Boy. So the Game Boy came to £20. The new battery cover, which again, it's a bit disappointing that it's not the same colour, but it can be quite hard to find ones that are exactly the same colour. The cover itself came to £2.89, which isn't too bad, you know. Just you need a battery cover on these things if you're not going to reshell them and get a battery cover anyway. And the grass lens, which again is something that I didn't have to do, but like I said, this is just a bit disgusting, a bit scratchy, and a bit not nice. That actually came to £3.49. So kind of in total, the full thing comes to £26.38. Now, in terms of like what I'd probably sell this for, so I'd be looking to sell this on eBay for anywhere between, say, £40 to £50. Now, that's obviously the prices I give are just off the top of my head. Anything can happen with the market, and retro gaming at the moment's going a bit boomish again, kind of like it was when everyone was buying Pokemon during lockdown. But I reckon about, 40th, like 50 quid for a nice restored bit of Game Boy with a nice new screen, even though it doesn't have an IPS or anything, for somebody who kind of wants that authentic kind of playing style. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Stick around for the third one when that comes around, because that's I believe that one's a DMG. And I believe that's going to be like a full reshell and everything. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night.